Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the information overload and extract the most important insights from a stack of sources, just for you.
That's the plan.
This week, we're doing exactly that, focusing on the latest Azure service updates. This covers September 1st to September 5th, 2025. Our mission today is really to make sense of the new GAs, the public previews, and, those critical retirements.
Absolutely.
Giving you a clear, concise understanding of not just what changed, but, well, why it actually matters for your technical landscape.
Exactly. Think of us as your guides through Azure's fast-moving current. We've synthesized these updates to highlight the underlying trends and, the implications,
Right.
helping you understand the strategic shifts and, well, the practical impact on your ongoing projects and architectural decisions.
And we know our listeners are technical, detail-oriented.
For sure.
So we're diving straight into the impactful specifics.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's kick things off with some foundational updates, particularly around core infrastructure and security. First up, we're seeing Azure Red Hat OpenShift, or ARO.
ARO, yeah.
Really expand its global footprint. What's the significance here?
Well, this ARO expansion, it's now generally available in UAE Central and US Gov Texas.
Okay.
And it's more than just added geography. It's really a strategic deepening of Azure's commitment to highly sensitive regulated sectors.
So sovereignty, data residency concerns.
Precisely. For customers who previously faced, significant hurdles because of data residency or sovereignty requirements, these new regions fundamentally unlock the ability to leverage enterprise-grade managed OpenShift in Azure.
Ah, okay.
It really demonstrates Microsoft's confidence in their managed offering for those most demanding governmental and enterprise workloads.
That's a powerful statement for regulated industries then.
Yeah.
Sounds like Microsoft is actively removing those barriers to cloud adoption.
Seems that way.
Okay. Moving from managed services to pure networking, there's a practical enhancement that addresses, well, a really common scaling headache.
Indeed. Support for multiple address prefixes for subnets in Azure Virtual Networks is now generally available.
Multiple prefixes, okay.
Historically, an Azure subnet was confined to just a single address prefix. This update is a quiet, but honestly an absolutely massive quality of life improvement for network architects.
Right.
It allows for much more granular IP address management within a subnet.
Okay, wait. So if I've got an existing subnet that's like running out of IP space, or I want to introduce new services without completely redesigning my network, I can just add another prefix. How much flexibility does this truly unlock?
Exactly. You've hit on the core benefit there. It means you can scale out certain applications or, introduce new services within an existing subnet without necessitating a complete redesign of the underlying network topology. It's about optimizing IP space utilization and giving network teams far more agility to grow and adapt their environments without that disruptive re-architecting. It solves a very real pain point.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a huge win for operational efficiency. Okay, now let's talk about enhancing the foundational security of existing virtual machines. There's an update for Gen1 VMs moving to trusted launch.
Yes, the general availability to upgrade existing Azure Gen1 VMs to Gen2 trusted launch. And this is a significant security uplift, not just, a minor version bump.
Okay.
Trusted launch VMs provide foundational protections that are critical in today's threat landscape, specifically secure boot and virtual trusted platform modules, or VTPM.
VTPM. That's a term some might know, but what's the tangible benefit for our listeners? What does it do for a VM's security posture, really?
Right. Think of VTPM as a sort of hardware-backed root of trust for your virtual machine. Yeah. It essentially ensures that the boot process is cryptographically verified, creating a robust shield against, well, any tampering or malware trying to compromise your VM before the OS even fully loads.
Before it even boots.
Exactly. This helps guard against advanced persistent threats and boot-level malware, giving you a significantly more secure base for your virtual machines. And there's a clear, accessible upgrade path for your current Gen 1 deployments.
So proactive defense.
Proactive defense at the very earliest stage of a VM's lifecycle. Yes.
Okay, so if we've beefed up our infrastructure and security, what about the engineers actually building on top of it? This week saw a huge push in developer productivity and integration capabilities.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly around Azure Logic apps. It really feels like Microsoft is maturing this platform into like an enterprise workhorse.
Absolutely.
What jumped out at you from that deluge of Logic apps updates hitting general availability?
You're right, deluge is kind of the word. For Azure Logic Apps Standard, the automated test framework is now GA. That's crucial for building robust enterprise-grade workflows.
Testing, okay.
Then there's custom code support with .NET 8, also GA. This unlocks advanced logic scenarios, code reuse right within the workflows.
.NET. Nice.
Business process tracking also reached GA, providing timely insights by tracking key data properties in production.
Useful for monitoring.
Very. And for deployment flexibility, the Logic Apps hybrid deployment model is now GA. This offers the ability to run integration workloads on customer-managed infrastructure.
Ah, hybrid. Interesting.
And finally, the enhanced data mapper experience in the Visual Studio Code extension is now the default. Streamlines creating and editing data apps.
Hold on. That automated test framework for Logic Apps, that sounds huge. I remember the pain of trying to reliably test complex workflows manually.
Oh, definitely.
How does this framework specifically change the game for developer confidence and, say, CI/CD pipelines in Logic Apps?
Well, it's a game changer because it allows you to define and actually run unit tests for your workflow definitions.
Unit tests for workflows.
Yeah. Bringing Logic Apps much closer to traditional software development lifecycle best practices. Before this, comprehensive testing was often, an afterthought or just a manual, laborious process.
Right. Painful.
Now, you can integrate these tests right into your CI/CD pipelines, automatically validating changes and dramatically increasing confidence in the reliability and, correctness of your integrations. It's about shifting left on quality for serverless workflows.
That's a significant step for platform maturity, for sure. Beyond these GA features, what's brewing on the horizon? What's in public preview for Logic Apps integrators?
So in preview, we see organizational templates for Logic Apps.
Okay.
This is going to empower teams to standardize and reuse automation patterns at scale across an enterprise. Really powerful for consistency and accelerating development.
Standardization, yeah.
Also, the Confluent Kafka connector in Logic Apps standard is now in public preview. This enables seamless bidirectional message exchange with Kafka, that widely adopted distributed streaming platform.
Kafka integration, that's key.
A very key integration point for event-driven architectures.
Definitely. Okay, from building integrations, let's look at managing them. What's new with Azure API management?
Right, so API management v2 tiers now have generally available gateway-level metrics and native auto-scaling.
Metrics and auto-scaling, good.
Yeah, gives you deeper visibility into API gateway performance and enables automatic scaling based on real-time usage patterns. Keeps your APIs performant under varying loads.
Makes sense.
We also see workspaces and workspace gateways reaching general availability in the Premium v2 tier. Now, it's important to remember Premium v2 itself is still in preview.
Oh, okay. Caveat noted.
But these features, workspaces and workspace gateways, they significantly enhance the ability to manage and govern APIs at scale within large organizations. Think decentralized management with central oversight.
And for those exploring the cutting edge, I thought I saw something about AI agent connectivity.
You did. Yes, in public preview, there's expanded support for the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, in API management.
MCP.
Including in v2 SKUs and the ability to expose existing MCP-compliant servers. This makes it substantially easier to connect your APIs with AI agents and, conversational interfaces.
Interesting. Bridging APIs and AI.
Exactly. Bridging that gap between traditional APIs and the emerging AI landscape.
Okay. Pivoting to core language and runtime support, what previews should developers be maybe excited about on the Azure platform?
Well, public preview for Python 3.13 support in Azure Functions is now available.
Python 3.13 already.
Yep. And it introduces a new opt-in feature for runtime version control. Gives developers more precise control over their function execution environments.
Control, good.
Additionally, .NET 10 preview is now available on Azure App Service.
.NET 10, wow.
For both Windows and Linux. Allowing developers to leverage the latest framework advancements for modern web apps, Blazor, minimal APIs, basically ensuring they can work with the cutting edge of .NET development on Azure.
It's great to see that rapid adoption of new runtimes. And once those applications are built, how are we ensuring their quality? What's new in comprehensive testing?
Playwright Workspace's capability in Azure App Testing is now generally available.
Playwright Workspaces, okay.
This lets you run end-to-end tests with high parallelization across multiple browsers and devices. Critical for validating application functionality comprehensively and, importantly, efficiently.
High parallelization.
Yeah, so for anyone doing significant web app development, this offers a really robust way to ensure quality and cross-platform compatibility.
All right, let's shift our focus now to data management and storage, an area that's Oh, it's always evolving, isn't it?
Constantly.
For organizations looking to migrate data efficiently, what's new on that front?
The Azure NetApp Files Migration Assistant, which leverages ONINTAP's built-in SnapMirror replication engine, is now generally available.
SnapMirror. Go ahead.
Yep. This provides a really efficient and cost-effective way to transition data from, say, on-premises or even other cloud providers to Azure NetApp Files. Minimizes disruption and data transfer overhead.
That sounds fantastic on paper, but let's be realistic. Migrations are rarely frictionless.
True.
What's one common gotcha or maybe a hidden complexity, even with a powerful tool like this NetApp Files Migration Assistant, that our listeners should absolutely keep in mind?
That's a crucial point. While SnapMirror is incredibly efficient for the actual data transfer, a common gotcha is really underestimating the pre-migration planning.
Oh, the prep work.
Exactly. Things like network bandwidth, firewall rules, ensuring consistent snapshot schedules at the source. It's not just about the tool itself. It's about properly preparing the environment, validating data integrity on both sides, and critically ensuring application cutover strategies are meticulously planned.
Right.
The tool handles the bits and bytes, but the surrounding operational choreography is still absolutely vital.
Solid advice. Okay, moving to high availability databases. There's good news for MySQL users, I believe.
Yes, near-zero-downtime maintenance for Azure Database for MySQL Flexible Server.
That's a mouthful.
It is, but specifically when high availability HA is enabled, that feature is now generally available.
Near-zero downtime maintenance.
Yeah, and this capability is supported by a new dedicated HA architecture. It's a significant improvement for mission-critical MySQL workloads.
So less impact during patching windows.
Much less. It means you can expect continuous operation and minimal impact during those maintenance windows. Essential for business-critical apps needing maximum uptime and predictable performance.
It's a relief for anyone running production MySQL. Definitely. And speaking of performance, we also have some good news regarding pricing for high-performance storage.
We do. Azure UltraDisk price reductions are now generally available in UK South, Central US, and West US too.
UltraDisks. Remind me, those are the really fast ones.
Yeah, top tier. UltraDisks are designed for the most demanding enterprise production workloads. They offer consistent low sub-millisecond latency and extremely high performance.
Sub-millisecond, well.
Ideal for things like large databases or high transaction applications where every microsecond counts. These price adjustments just enhance their cost effectiveness in these specific regions, making this premium storage tier a bit more accessible.
Excellent. And for those deploying web and mobile apps, a new app service offering has landed.
Yes, the new Premium V4 offering for Azure App Service is now generally available.
Premium V4.
For both Windows and Linux customers. This tier provides faster processors, blazing fast NVMe local storage.
NVMe, nice.
Which is a huge boost for data-intensive operations where, again, every microsecond counts. And it includes memory-optimized options, all running on the latest Azure hardware.
So more power.
Greater compute power and flexibility, yeah. It starts from 1 vCPU and 4 GB of RAM, specifically designed for your more demanding applications that require robust performance and scalability.
Good to know. Okay, now, it's equally important to stay informed about services that are being retired. These often signal strategic shifts.
Absolutely critical to track.
What's happening with Azure CDN in China?
Right. Azure CDN will be retired on December 1st, 2025, specifically in China.
December 1st, 2025.
Okay. This is a critical announcement for anyone operating content delivery services in that region. To avoid service disruption, the required action is to migrate to Azure Front Door.
Migrate to Front Door.
Yes. This signals a pretty clear strategic shift towards a more unified and advanced edge service, moving away from the older CDN architecture in the region towards a more consolidated and, frankly, more performant global entry point.
Okay, a strategic consolidation. And specific VM SKUs are also being retired. This points to an evolution in confidential computing.
Precisely. Microsoft is retiring several confidential VM SKUs, DSys v5, DSys v5, eSys v5, and eSys v5.
Got it.
These are being succeeded by the next generation DSys v6 and eSys v6 SKUs, which were actually just recently announced in public preview.
So newer versions are ready?
Exactly. This represents an evolution in confidential computing offerings, encouraging users to transition to newer, potentially more performant and secure hardware for their sensitive workloads. It shows that continued investment in confidential computing capabilities with new generations constantly arriving.
Right. However, to complement that CDN migration you mentioned, Azure Front Door is actually seeing increased availability in China itself,
It is.
which makes that transition much more viable, I imagine.
Absolutely. Azure Front Door Standard and Premium are now generally available in Azure China regions, specifically China North 3 and China East 3, operated by 21 VNet.
Okay, so the path is clear.
Very clear. This provides customers in China with a robust and secure global entry point for their applications, offering high performance and, as you said, directly supporting that recommended migration path from the retiring Azure CDN. It really underscores the strategic move towards a consolidated and more capable global edge service in that critical region.
That was a pretty substantial overview of Azure updates from just this past week. Covers everything from core infrastructure, advanced security, developer tooling, and those strategic retirements.
Yeah.
It really highlights the sheer velocity of change in the cloud.
It really does. And if we try to connect this to the bigger picture, what we're seeing is Azure continually refining its core services, right? Expanding global reach, enhancing security baselines, and providing more sophisticated tools for developers and ops teams. The strategic push towards Azure Front Door in China, for example, it isn't just a product swap. It highlights a clear move towards consolidated high-performance edge services rather than a fragmented approach.
Right.
This week, we saw Microsoft doubling down on empowering regulated industries, giving developers more robust tools for quality and integration, and providing more performant and flexible options pretty much across the board.
So what does this all mean for you, our technical listener?
Well, it really underscores the importance of continuously reviewing your cloud architecture.
Proactively planning for these service transitions, and, of course, leveraging these new capabilities to enhance your application's performance, security, and the developer experience. The pace of these updates means staying agile isn't just an advantage anymore.
No.
It's basically a necessity for remaining competitive and secure.
And this raises, I think, an important question to ponder. With this sheer volume and pace of weekly updates, how do you strategically integrate the new features and manage the migrations without incurring significant technical debt or, operational overhead?
That's a challenge.
How do you keep your skills and your infrastructure current in such a dynamic environment while still focusing on delivering actual business value rather than just sort of chasing the latest announcement? It's a continuous balancing act.
A very insightful thought to wrap up with, and definitely a challenge we all face in the cloud. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the latest Azure updates.
My pleasure.
We hope this has equipped you with the knowledge to make informed decisions for your projects and hopefully stay ahead of the curve.